In a significant move that underscores the shifting dynamics of global health governance, China has announced a substantial donation of $500 million to the World Health Organization (WHO). This pledge, made on May 21, 2025, marks a pivotal moment as it fills a critical funding gap left by the United States, which has recently reduced its contributions to the agency. As the world continues to grapple with the aftershocks of the COVID-19 pandemic and the ongoing challenges of health crises, this financial commitment from China signals its intention to play a more prominent role in global health leadership. The announcement was received with optimism by WHO officials who have long advocated for increased funding to tackle pressing health issues worldwide. This generous donation from China will greatly enhance our ability to respond to health emergencies and strengthen health systems globally, stated a WHO spokesperson. This contribution is expected to be utilized for various initiatives including vaccine distribution, pandemic preparedness, and improving healthcare infrastructure in developing countries. China's move comes amid a backdrop of increasing criticism of the U.S. stance on international health cooperation, particularly under the previous administration, which had withdrawn funding and support from various global health initiatives. Analysts suggest that this shift could pave the way for China to position itself as a leader in global health, a strategy that aligns with its broader ambitions on the world stage. China is stepping into a leadership vacuum, demonstrating its commitment to international cooperation in health, which may reshape perceptions of its role in the global community, remarked Dr. Emily Chen, a global health policy expert. In addition to its financial commitment, China has also been proactive in promoting its vaccine diplomacy, having supplied millions of vaccine doses to countries around the world. This strategy not only serves to bolster its influence but also helps to enhance global vaccination efforts, particularly in regions where access remains limited. Observers note that China's actions could have far-reaching implications for the WHO's ability to lead coordinated efforts against future health threats. However, this burgeoning leadership role is not without its challenges. China's relationship with the WHO has been contentious, particularly regarding transparency and accountability during the early stages of the COVID-19 pandemic. As the organization continues to navigate these complexities, the efficacy of China's contributions will be closely scrutinized both by member states and the international community. Looking ahead, the impact of China's donation will likely extend beyond immediate financial support. It could catalyze a broader re-evaluation of global health priorities and funding mechanisms, prompting other nations to reconsider their own contributions. As the landscape of international health governance evolves, the dynamics of power and influence will undoubtedly shift, with China poised to play a central role in shaping the future of global health initiatives. In conclusion, China's $500 million donation to the WHO is not just a financial gesture. It represents a strategic maneuver that could redefine its position in global health leadership. As nations grapple with ongoing health challenges, the implications of this donation will be felt for years to come, suggesting a future where cooperation, competition, and accountability will be crucial in navigating the complexities of global health governance. In an era defined by technological competition and geopolitical tensions, U.S. chip export controls are facing criticism for inadvertently accelerating advancements in China's semiconductor industry. Jensen Huang, CEO of NVIDIA, has taken a bold stance, labeling these regulations as a failure that ultimately fuels Chinese development instead of stifling it. His remarks come at a time when the global semiconductor landscape is increasingly influenced by national policies aimed at safeguarding technological supremacy. Huang's assertion underscores a paradox that many in the tech community are grappling with. While the intent behind export controls is to limit China's access to advanced technology and inhibit its military capabilities, the reality is proving to be much more complex. In a recent statement, he remarked the controls are not slowing down China, they are speeding up their development. It's a race and they are investing heavily to catch up. This perspective raises critical questions about the effectiveness of such measures and their long-term implications for the global tech ecosystem. The semiconductor industry is at the heart of modern technological innovation. powering everything from artificial intelligence to smartphones. With the U.S. imposing stricter regulations on the export of high-performance chips and related technologies, companies like Nvidia have found themselves navigating a challenging landscape. While some argue that these controls are necessary to protect national security, others contend that they may lead to unintended consequences such as bolstering China's self-sufficiency in chip manufacturing. Data from various industry reports indicate that China has significantly increased its investment in semiconductor research and development in recent years. In 2023, Chinese organizations reportedly allocated over $30 billion towards initiatives aimed at enhancing domestic chip production capabilities. Huang's comments suggest that U.S. restrictions may be inadvertently providing an impetus for these investments as Chinese firms seek to develop alternatives that are no longer reliant on American technology. Furthermore, the global semiconductor supply chain is intricately tied to international cooperation. Huang emphasized that a fragmented approach driven by protectionist policies could lead to inefficiencies and hinder innovation across the board. "We need to work together to advance technology, not isolate ourselves," he stated, advocating for a collaborative approach that transcends geopolitical divides. As the debate continues, the future of U.S. chip export controls remains uncertain. Analysts predict that the Biden administration may reconsider its approach, seeking to balance security concerns with the need for global technological leadership. The ongoing developments in this arena will likely shape the trajectory of the semiconductor industry and the broader technology landscape for years to come. In conclusion, Nvidia's Jensen Huang highlights a crucial turning point in the narrative surrounding U.S. chip export controls. As companies and governments navigate the complexities of technological competition, the need for a strategic and nuanced approach is paramount. The unfolding story of the semiconductor industry will not only reflect the dynamics of U.S.-China relations but also influence how nations prioritize innovation, security, and collaboration in the years ahead. In recent years, Chengdu has emerged as a vibrant magnet for talent and investment within China, raising important questions about the shifting dynamics of the nation's economy. As major corporations and young professionals alike flock to this southwestern city, the implications of this migration extend far beyond local growth. They reflect broader trends within China's economic landscape. Chengdu, once overshadowed by more established metropolises like Beijing and Shanghai, is now witnessing a surge in population and business activity. This shift can largely be attributed to the city's attractive quality of life, lower cost of living, and burgeoning tech sector. According to a recent report, Chengdu has seen a notable increase in its population, with many new arrivals citing the city's modern amenities and vibrant culture as key factors influencing their decisions. Chengdu offers a unique blend of traditional charm and modern convenience, making it an appealing choice for both families and young professionals, said local business consultant Li Wei. This influx of talent is not merely a demographic phenomenon. It is indicative of a fundamental transformation in China's economic structure. Traditional powerhouses are facing challenges from rising living costs to stricter regulations, which have prompted businesses to seek more favorable environments. Chengdu has positioned itself as a viable alternative, boasting a thriving tech ecosystem that rivals that of Silicon Valley. The city is home to numerous startups and innovation hubs supported by the local government's initiatives to foster entrepreneurship. However, this transition is not without its challenges. As the economy grapples with lingering effects from the U.S.-China trade tensions and the aftershocks of the COVID-19 pandemic, regional disparities are becoming more pronounced. Analysts at the Carnegie Endowment for International Peace note that while cities like Chengdu are thriving, others are struggling to adapt to the new economic realities. The economic recovery is uneven, and while some cities bask in the spotlight of growth, others continue to languish in stagnation, remarked economist Zhang Ming. Additionally, Chengdu's rapid development brings with it the risk of overheating. The city faces potential issues related to infrastructure strain and environmental sustainability as urban sprawl threatens to outpace effective planning. Local authorities are acutely aware of these risks and are implementing measures to ensure that growth does not come at the expense of sustainability. In the context of these developments, the upcoming 5-year plan for China will likely address these emerging challenges. With a focus on strengthening regional economies and enhancing national competitiveness, the plan aims to identify and bolster sectors that have been weakened over the past few years. As highlighted by the South China Morning Post, the plan is expected to prioritize innovation and technology as key drivers of growth, ensuring that cities like Chengdu remain at the forefront of China's economic evolution. As Chengdu continues to attract talent and investment, it serves as a microcosm of the larger shifts occurring within China's economy. The city's rise reflects a broader narrative of resilience and adaptation in the face of adversity. Looking ahead, it will be crucial for policymakers to balance growth with sustainability, ensuring that the benefits of economic expansion are shared widely across the nation. The next few years will be critical in determining whether Chengdu's model can be replicated in other regions, potentially reshaping the future of China's economic landscape. The landscape of global defense is shifting dramatically, with Japan emerging as a significant player in the defense trade arena. The upcoming DSEI Japan exhibition, scheduled for later this year, reflects a considerable transformation in the nation's military strategy, driven largely by rising defense budgets amid increasing tensions in the Asia-Pacific region, particularly concerning China. As Japan prepares to host the DSEI Defense and Security Equipment International event, the stakes have never been higher. The Japanese government has earmarked substantial funds for military modernization, a move that underscores its commitment to enhancing national security in light of perceived threats. This year, Japan's defense budget is projected to reach a record high, further emphasizing its pivot towards a more assertive defense posture. In the face of regional security challenges, it is imperative for Japan to bolster its defense capabilities, said a senior official from the Ministry of Defense. The sentiment echoes throughout the defense community as Japan seeks to address not only its own security concerns but also those of its allies, particularly the United States. The backdrop of this expansion is the escalating military assertiveness of China, which has been increasingly flexing its maritime muscles in the South and East China Seas. Analysts believe that China's activities pose a direct threat to Japan's national security, prompting Tokyo to accelerate its defense initiatives. The DSEI Japan exhibition is expected to showcase cutting-edge technologies and innovations aimed at fortifying Japan's military capabilities. The event will also serve as a platform for international collaboration, with numerous defense contractors and military officials from around the globe expected to attend. This collaboration is crucial as Japan seeks to deepen security ties with other nations, particularly in the face of growing geopolitical tensions. The DSEI Japan exhibition represents an opportunity for Japan to strengthen its defense partnerships and promote technological advancements in the military sphere, noted an industry expert. As the exhibition approaches, the global defense industry is closely monitoring the developments in Japan. The country's strategic shift is not merely a reaction to external pressures but also a reflection of a broader trend in which nations are prioritizing defense and security in response to evolving threats. This shift could potentially lead to an arms race in the region as neighboring countries reassess their military strategies in light of Japan's newfound assertiveness. In conclusion, the DSEI Japan exhibition is set to highlight Japan's significant leap in defense capabilities amid rising tensions with China. As Japan continues to bolster its military budget and enhance its defense technologies, the implications for regional and global security are profound. Observers will be keenly watching how these developments unfold, as they could reshape the balance of power in the Asia-Pacific for years to come. Future exhibitions and defense collaborations will likely play a crucial role in defining the trajectory of Japan's military strategy and its position within the global defense landscape. As geopolitical tensions in South Asia escalate, China has taken a significant step to strengthen its ties with both Pakistan and Afghanistan. With the regional landscape increasingly fraught with uncertainty, China's call for trust and cooperation among these nations signals a strategic pivot aimed at fostering stability and enhancing its influence in the area. On May 21, 2025, a high-ranking Chinese official emphasized the importance of mutual trust during a diplomatic engagement that sought to address growing concerns over regional security. The call for unity comes at a time when both Pakistan and Afghanistan are grappling with internal strife, compounded by external pressures. Trust is the foundation of cooperation, the official stated, underscoring China's commitment to supporting its neighbors amidst challenging circumstances. China's approach is not just about regional diplomacy, it is also reflective of its broader ambitions in South Asia, particularly through initiatives like the Belt and Road Initiative (BRI). By promoting economic ties and infrastructural development, China aims to weave a tightly knit network of partnerships that can withstand geopolitical shocks. The recent discussions included plans for collaborative projects that would enhance trade and connectivity, further solidifying China's role as a key player in the region. This diplomatic engagement can also be seen against the backdrop of shifting alliances and the withdrawal of certain Western influences, particularly the United States, from the region. As the U.S. reassesses its foreign policy priorities, China appears poised to fill the resulting vacuum, presenting itself as a reliable partner for both Pakistan and Afghanistan. This strategic positioning not only enhances China's economic interests but also strengthens its geopolitical foothold at a time when regional dynamics are in flux. However, the implications of this renewed partnership extend beyond mere economic cooperation. Analysts suggest that China's growing influence in Pakistan and Afghanistan could lead to a recalibration of traditional power dynamics in South Asia. As these nations deepen their ties with China, they may become more resistant to pressures from Western powers, potentially altering the region's diplomatic landscape. As events unfold, the focus will likely remain on how effectively China can mediate between Pakistan and Afghanistan, particularly in addressing mutual concerns such as security threats and economic stability. The Chinese officials' remarks reflect an awareness of the delicate balance required to foster cooperation, stating, "We must work together to overcome challenges and build a peaceful and prosperous future." Looking ahead, the trajectory of China's relations with Pakistan and Afghanistan will be pivotal not only for regional stability but also for the international community's engagement with South Asia. As China continues to assert its presence, the interplay of trust, cooperation, and economic interdependence will be critical in shaping the future of these trilateral relationships. The coming months will reveal the effectiveness of these diplomatic efforts and their potential to reshape the geopolitical landscape in a region marked by complexity and change.